find the perfect sense? I am the perfect person for that question, cuh. Why is that, you say? Because in real life, I live on high sense. Lock it! So, sense. What does sense stand for? Sensitivity. So, sense. It comes in two parts. Your in-game sense, and also your DPI. Alright, and what does DPI stand for? It stands for Demon Protocol Initiated. And that's exactly what's gonna happen when you find the perfect sense, alright? So, DPI. I always suggest having a higher DPI, alright? Right now, if you're playing on 400 or 800, go ahead and switch up to about 1600 or higher. Why is that, you say? Because the higher the DPI, the smoother tracking you get, alright? There's a proven scientific theory that with higher DPI, your movement speed is a lot more smoother. Meaning, once you start aiming like this, it's going to be more precise and not as jittery as you being on low DPI. Now, your in-game sense. This is where the fun begins. First of all, you got to start testing some senses out. Go into the range, and this is what you're going to do, alright? This is a very ancient technique that's been working since '84. Basically, you start off with the low sense, maybe about 0.10. Once you set it to that, you're just going to aim at the head, and you're going to move and try to keep your crosshair at the head. If it's too low like this, that means your sense is too low, alright? And you got to bump it up. Alright, so what next one we're going to do, let's just go to 0.15, see if this works out. Alright, we're going to do the same thing, aim at the head. Alright, this is a lot better. It's actually sticking to the head here. But it's also still delayed a little bit. It feels a little slow on my hand, so let's go ahead and bump it up again. Maybe let's do 0.2. Oh yeah, this is a lot better. Another quick test is to aim behind you and just flick in a 180 motion and try to land in someone's head. If you go way too far out and do a full 360, that's way too high. If you can't even make it the full 180, then that's way too low. So it has to look like this. Alright, even though that's not at the head because I'm not that good, it's still aiming directly at them. So now what I'm going to do is keep this sense. Alright, if you feel comfortable with it, if you feel like you're doing good with it, go ahead and keep that sense. What you don't want to do is change it every damn time you freaking go bottom. Alright, because if you do bad at game, that doesn't indicate that your sense is bad. That might just mean that your brain is not good. Alright, that might just mean that you're anxious. Don't always switch your sense, because once you start switching your sense all the time, that just means you're never going to have the perfect sense.